I am back. Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm bringing you another class setup. This time a sniper. Look at this, the P06 or P06. I'm using a ballistic and I'm using a silencer, and I'm gonna go with some basic perks. I'm going with blind eye. I'm going with overclocked. I'm going with scavenger, and I'm going with engineer with a shock charge, and a trip mine. Now, the reason I'm going with the ballistic thing keeps the gun from swaying, and of course I have the silencer on there because the silencer doesn't really affect the range on this gun. So, but I suck with it. I'm not going to even lie. I'm not going to try to play it off. I miss a lot. And if I'm going to miss you with a sniper, I need you not to know where the bullets were coming from so I can get a second shot at you guys. Where is that? I heard a noise go off and I can't see the guy. You know what? That's time to run. Look, I'm trying to get away. Oh, he's right behind me. Anyway, so I'm going with the basic perks too. I like blind eye because I don't like hailstorms and everything to drop on me. I'm going with the overclock because I want my specialist to charge up faster. If you notice, I got on the beehives. Yes, the mini IEDs are back, and so I like to be able to place those around and make a no rush zone. Now, I'm not the best with a sniper, I'm not going to lie, but with any gun in this game, I feel like I can play efficient and effectively with any gun. Now, I'm not good with every gun, but every gun I can make work for me. And with a gun like this, because it has such a slow fire rate, I need to stay as far back as I can. I need to be as defensive as I can. I'm not going to be able to rush flags with this. This isn't a quick scope gun. I really want to see what this gun is like on rapid fire, but look at that. It almost feels like this is a gun that should have been in advanced warfare. I'm going to tell you, I don't get hit markers with this gun. When I hit you, you go, nay. But the only problem is the gun is so slow. Like if you have 4 people, man, you better hope you get them lined up and you get a collateral. So what I find myself doing is being very, very defensive. Now look at the score streak setup. I'm going with the care package. I'm going with the Sentry, and I'm going with the Wraith. I feel this is an effective score package. Look at this guy trying to shoot me. Look, turd, your aim sucks. And look at that. Oh, my trip mine laid him down. So what I tend to do is when I play with this gun, no matter what map I'm on, I try to get towards the back of the map. I try to be more defensive, be able to see these guys. Now, I'm not going to get a lot of action with this gun. I'm not going to be able to really jump on flags. But when I do shoot people, they get laid down. I said I'll bring you guys a sniper gameplay, and I'm doing it. And I'm going to try some of the other snipers out too. I really do want to unlock more features on this sniper and see how well I can do with this. The only sad part is I'm not going to be able to collect flags. I'm doing what we call anchoring. Now this C flag, I hate the fact they have this little rocket. Look, wait, see, I missed twice, but I got the silencer on. Poke your head out, get laid down. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you hit people with this, they go to sleep. That's one thing. This is a very, very powerful sniper. It's not over OP because they don't have, like, you know, a really fast fire rate. If this gun had a really, really fast fire rate, this sniper right here would be deadly. And the mobility on the gun isn't the best. Now, there was a technique I used in Ghost and even Black Ops 2 when I sniped, where I kind of did what I call a drag. Like, I would aim kind of to the left, and when I went to shoot, I would pull it to the right, and I would, like, bring it across their head and lay them down. I'm finding that you can't do that motion here on Black Ops 3. If I go and try the drag motion, I'm actually going to shoot to the left. Now, there's no aim assist on this game like there was in past Call of Duties, but which is fine. I don't really need to aim assist. That's not a problem. But it does affect me as far as trying to hit people. Sometimes with the aim assist, that's where quick scoping came in handy, because you know you could just kind of aim at him and lay him down. Where's that guy? Look, I missed. Now this is where I get in trouble. Look, I'm counting on my teammate. Look, I duck. Come on, teammate, get him. I got a teammate to my left. He's shooting with him. My teammate's going to save, and my teammate got laid down. Now this is where a secondary could come in. Look, I thought I could hide. Look, I didn't even try to shoot the guy. I was like, look, I'm a hide, and the dude saw me. That was very ineffective. Now some of you guys are running with like a secondary and a handgun. I've done that a few times. Now the reason I'm not doing it now is because I'm very forgetful. Because I'm so used to playing with the main weapon, when I do have a secondary, I forget to switch to it. So for me, I use the slot for something else. I'd rather go ahead and go with like an engineer or go with a third perk. But for you guys that will actually remember to switch over, definitely go with you need a backup. Get one of those little pistols, because those pistols are deadly when you lay people down. But look at this. These guys are steadily pulling away. I'm getting right back on my perch. Hopefully, guys, with the few kills I've got with this gun, you can see how deadly this thing is. Look, bye. They get laid down. And I love the sound. The sound is nasty. See, right now I'm still playing defensive. Now, I've played with this gun on a few maps, and it's been the same. I was actually on Nuketown, and I was sitting on that window, ooh, laying people down. If I could see a lot of people with this, I would tear these people up. Look, I got a hardened sentry, which is a perfect compliment. That's why I'm going with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to finish this round out, kind of hide in the back. Maybe I can get a few more kills. Look at them. This is actually a great spot to camp on this map. Look, oh, where you going, son? See, I kind of did the drag motion a little bit on that one, but not so much. I just got to drag it a little less from the left. I used to be further to the left, and I would drag it really hard to the right and lay him down. Look at that, got that 2-piece right there. They don't want none. I know some people get right up there in that tree. Awesome camping spot. But that's not what we're doing today. I just wanted to give you guys a first look at this. So anyway, you guys are watching this channel. If you're new to the channel, I usually say this at the end. Go ahead and hit that sub button. If you've been watching the videos, go ahead and drop a like. Let me know what you think about this gun. Also, too, if you guys got any pointers on this gun, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Believe it or not, I actually read the comments. Sometimes people will be like, try this attachment or try this perk. Hey, I'm more than willing to get better off you guys' advice, too. So look at the first half. Very conservative, 7-2. Not bad. Did I beast with it? No. But am I effective with it? Yes. That's the whole thing. I'm going to chill back. Look, I'm going to go ahead and cap the flag by me, and then I'm going to anchor down on this flag. Now, the only thing about C, they can hide behind that rock when they sneak up through that tunnel. But it's okay. Let me go ahead and drop this care package. Let me go ahead and put a little booby trap for these guys. Look at this. I got my little IEDs. They come this way. They get laid down. I'm doing my part. One for the road. And look at this. I got a Rolling Thunder. Now, in case you guys haven't played with this shit, it's a million times better than it was in the beta. The beta, this thing was worthless. They changed the way you could lay it down. The way the arrow system works, it's a million times better. Look at this. I got hit marker. I got 2 kills. That's not bad in the beta. I dropped that thing 20 times. I didn't kill anybody but myself. So it's much better. Now, I do have ghost on. I don't have blind eyes. So if they're going to be running with like the UAVs and no one shooting them down, they will know where I'm at. But I'm not worried, especially since I got a sentry gun with me and I got skills. Like, I got the beehives over there. That's why I'm running overclock. I like to get those beehives as much as possible. Look at that beehive laying people down. Look, I'm switching this up closer to the front so to get people at a faster thing because I actually earned my own sentry gun. So look at this. I've gotten into my score streaks. So yes, I'm using a sniper. I'm playing conservative. But look at this. Even with that, I'm still getting into my score streaks. I'm trying to get into my score streaks. Hopefully, if I get enough score streaks, my teammates can be a little more aggressive and push the flags. Now, I am counting on my teammates to go out there and get the flags. But if you saw the score at halftime, we only had one guy doing good on our team. The rest of our team, they're pretty much some turds. But, I mean, that happens from time to time. I mean, all you guys can relate to that. You know, it's funny. I actually jumped in the Mercenary playlist, and I was thinking about putting a Mercenary playlist video up. The greasiest games I've had have been in the Mercenary playlist. This is no joke. I thought it would be easier because you wouldn't have any teams, but I'm finding the people in the Mercenary playlist are all people that want to beast and not have to worry about their team. So I get in the game and it's greasy. Everybody in the game was greasy. I was like, that is funny. You get in the playlist and you don't expect teams to jump you and you don't have to worry about teams. So I go in the Mercenary playlist and everybody in there's a tryhard. And I was going hard too, so I'm not going to even lie. I think the first game I got in there, I went like 40-1. I was like, hey, we're all tryhards. So that's what we get. Tryhard City. Now, the funny thing is, I'm seeing a lot less people teamed up on here than I thought. Because, you know, that's the good thing about this game. It indicates when someone's in a party by having that little bar next to the whole party. And I'm getting in. And honestly, it may be 1 or 2 parties. I'm not seeing 4 or 5s. And when I do, I back out. And that's probably why people aren't partying up. Honestly, I think the reason people aren't partying up is because of the lag. Now here, we're going to skip through the game a little bit because it got a little stale. If you notice, I moved forward a little bit. Ooh, and my highs are going to work. I'm not going to get too much action back here. Look, we're losing. They have a substantial lead, so they have really not much of a reason to go ahead and push C at this point. And when that happens, it kind of, you know, leaves me in the dark. And, you know, every time they take C, I go get C. So I don't know if the lack of team play is from the lag or from people know they're in a team. So therefore, they're like, look, let's team up smaller. Because honestly, if you're in a regular core and you see 6 people on a team and you're by yourself, why would you play them? What incentives? And there's no clan wars. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I guess there's not going to be clans on this game. I don't know. They're not really answering it. At least I haven't seen a definitive answer. If you know one, let me know. Look at that. I still had an effective game. I only had those 2 early deaths. And then I went on like, you know, a little tear. 120-2. Not bad. All right, you guys. I am out. Let's go.